Standing at the top of the food chain, humans could never have imagined that their fate would be controlled by these giants. The giants are hideous in appearance, some towering thousands of meters high, even the shortest standing at least 5 meters tall. They attack places where humans live and aim to devour every human in the world. In front of these giants, humans have no ability to resist. As insignificant as tiny ants, soon, half of humanity was devoured by these giants. In order to survive, humans decided to unite. To resist the giants' attacks, they built tall walls around their villages. These walls are over 50 meters high. Humans lived safely within these walls for hundreds of years, because no giants had breached the walls in a century. The young people believed the stories of giants were just legends, that there were no giants in the world. But humans are always easily driven by curiosity. One day, 3 young people decided to go see beyond the walls. They quietly arrived at the outermost wall, intending to climb out, but were discovered by a patrolling scout team. The captain of the scout team recognized one of the young boys named Eren. He said to the boy, "If you really want to see outside, then join the scout team." The scout team goes out to patrol every once in a while. Just as Eren was excitedly discussing with his companions how to get out, they suddenly felt the ground tremble, and a massive roar came from outside the wall. Immediately after that, they saw an enormously huge face appear above the wall. Everyone was still in shock when they saw the giant instantly kick a large hole in the wall. The flying debris destroyed human buildings inside the wall. This ferocious attack suddenly stopped. From the hole in the wall kicked open, many giants began to walk in one after another. These giants looked unbearably hungry. The human army set up cannons, but the giants hit by the cannonballs did not die at all. Moreover, their wounds healed quickly. Before the humans could continue their counterattack, the giants had already reached the humans. The poor soldiers were already paralyzed with fear. They had no ability to fight back. They could only be eaten by the giants. As the wall was breached, the giants entered the human village, ready to enjoy humans as a delicacy. Facing the giant invasion, humans fled in terror, but all this was in vain. They could only become the giants' meal. Panicked people began to flee everywhere. Even babies pushed to the ground were left unattended. Eren ran frantically holding Elsa's hand. He saw a baby on the ground. Elsa picked it up, but Eren was pushed into a safe house by the crowd. The people who escaped into the safe house quickly locked the door, and Elsa disappeared under the giant's feet. Eren desperately unlocked the safe house door and ran out. At this time, the giants were frantically dismantling the roof of the safe house. Outside the safe house, the world was full of corpses and broken limbs. The people inside the safe house seemed to be crushed into pulp by the giants. Only a small number of people survived on the outermost layer of the walls. The survivors could only retreat to the central commercial district without the food cultivation area. And with so many refugees, the humans in the commercial district began to experience food shortages. To survive, humans had to consider repairing the outermost wall. This was a long and arduous task. During the 2 years of repeated battles between humans and giants, a frontline combat regiment was formed. They invented equipment that allowed them to swiftly move among the giants. They also discovered a fatal weakness in the giants. Next, the supreme commander instilled in the regiment a determination to defend the village to the death. One night, the regiment went out on a patrol by car. A member noticed something unusual and got out to check. They found some cows grazing. Eren and a female team member were together. The female team member heard a baby crying, so she followed the sound to a ruin. Eren, worried, followed her. They didn't see a human baby, but found a baby giant as tall as a house. It was gnawing on a corpse. Upon seeing the humans, the baby giant reached out to grab them. The crying also attracted other giants. The new recruits fled in terror upon facing giants for the first time. But at the critical moment, the captain appeared. The giant in front of them fell immediately. A girl also quickly killed several giants. Eren looked closely. The girl was the long-lost Elsa. After dealing with the giants in front of them, everyone rested in the ruins. But before long, many giants began to appear nearby one after another. These giants surrounded the scout team. In their first real battle, they suffered heavy losses. More than half of the team members were eaten by the giants. Among the remaining team members, a female team member drove a vehicle filled with fuel and ignited a can of gasoline. She drove towards the giants without looking back. Her husband had been eaten by the giants. Now, She only wanted to blow up the giants to avenge her husband. None of the team members could stop her. They could only watch her sacrifice. The scene enraged Eren. He went berserk and charged at the giants, but had his leg torn off. Eren's good friend, in a moment of carelessness, was grabbed by a giant. Just as he was about to be eaten, Eren used all his strength to pull his friend out of the giant's mouth, but fell into the giant's mouth himself.